Good evening, DGens. What's going on, guys? All right, so market's having a little bit of a green evening this evening, a little bit of a turnaround here. Just a minuscule one, guys. It's just nice to see a little bit of green. I think it'll be red again tomorrow, most likely. I think it's going to be red all weekend long. We'll see where we get the weekly close tomorrow. Very, very important weekly close. It's a lot is gonna be determined, guys. I think that if we close where we are now, I'll show you guys on the chart, but I'm expecting that pull back still, guys. I'm still expecting that last leg down to shake everybody out, to make everybody feel like, yep, bear market, or however you want to word it. People are going to feel like it's the market will fall just enough to make you think that it's over, and then it will reverse. So let's have a look at the market, and then we will look at some of these metrics, guys. So JASMY right now down 0.9% on the day, down 19% on the week, down 29.4% on the month, but up 470% on the year. We are down one spot in rank to 71, got a $1.52 billion market cap. Volume is still just insanely low, guys, insanely low. 86.62 million on the volume. That's, you're not sustaining any kind of pump with that kind of volume. So just remember that, right? Going to look over at the JASMY chart. I was doing a little bit of playing around. So we are in what is known as a falling wedge pattern, right? Now I'm going to show you, as you can see, memorize the pattern, what we see here, right? Ping-ponging inside of here in a descending fashion. Now, if we go over to the falling wedge pattern, as you can see, it's in a downward slant, right? The top and the bottom trend lines. So they generally will break to the upside, and I show you guys this from time to time. When you get your breakout, you get your retest of the top of the trend line, and then that confirms the breakout, and then you break to the upside. Now, normally for me, you need at least 3 touches to the trend line, right? So you have 1 touch, 2 touches, 3 touches. Here it's got 4 touches, then the breakout, but you need a minimum of 3 touches to the trend line, in my opinion, right? So if we go back over to JASMY's structure, here we have it again. So we have 1 touch, we have 2 touches. We do not have a 3rd touch on the top of the trend line yet. So what we could see is, this play out a little more back here, rejection, right? Breakout, retest, and then we go, right? That's likely what's going to happen. We have to get that 3rd touch and rejection off of there, up around 3 cents, 3 cents 5-ish, right? Reject off, come down, break out, retest the top of the trend line like I showed you on the metric on the chart, right? And then we break to the upside. So that's what we're waiting for on JASMY. It's a very bullish structure, guys, right? So don't stress about that. It is a very bullish structure. RSI is in neutral right now, creeping towards oversold at 42.51. Now, somebody had asked me this morning in the live stream about, if oversold is a bad thing for the project, for whatever project, right? And no, it's actually healthy in my opinion. It means that the sellers are becoming exhausted and you're running out of sell pressure, which means when the RSI gets down into the oversold, that's a good time as a general rule. I mean, it's not financial advice, but as a general rule, when the RSI gets down into the oversold is a good time to be dollar cost averaging. So I will go over to the RSI heat map and I'll show you guys. See? So this is our heat map for the RSI, right? Obviously up in the red here, between 60, 70, 80, on the RSI, you've got your overbought, right? Which means it's running really hot and you're probably due for a pullback sometime soon, the higher up you go, right? We saw XRP have a bit of a run today. RSI is up in the overbought, right? In most time frames, right? So yeah. The weekly is really high. But so then you get into neutral, right? Between 40 and 60, you get into the neutral area, which is, kind of undecided, right? Could go further to the downside, lots of room to the upside either way. You get into weak and oversold down here between 20 and 40. That's where that's prime DCAing opportunity, right? That is prime dollar cost averaging into your favorite projects as a general rule. So it's not bad to dollar cost average when it's in neutral as well. That's not a terrible idea either. So the average RSI right now is at 43.32 across altcoins. So not a bad time to be dollar cost averaging in general. And if we go over to Bitcoin, let's have a look at Bitcoin, shall we? Just ping-ponging inside of this range here, guys. Now, again, I keep saying it, we continually test this $92,000 level. The more you test a level like that, whether it's support or resistance, the weaker it gets, right? So you know that when we're trying to break through a sell wall, which is resistance, the more times we hit it, the more sell orders get filled, and eventually we break that sell wall to the upside. Well, the same thing happens to the downside. We're hitting a buy wall right now, right? Which means every time the price hits around this range, buy orders start getting filled. Well, the more we chip away at that buy wall, the weaker it gets, the more likely the price is going to break to the downside. So for me personally, I think that if we continue to test this, which I think we will likely see a breakdown between 85 and 88K, right? Right down inside of there. Sorry, I got the hiccups there. So I think that is something that is a very strong possibility. A lot of people are saying because it looks so obvious that we're going to break to the downside, that we in fact will not break down to the downside. We'll do the opposite and break to the upside. And that is a very true rule of thumb in crypto. Whenever the market generally looks like it's going to go in one direction, it does generally go in the other, but not 100% of the time. So what we have to do is go by probabilities, right? So the probability of what's happening right now is that because we have such low volume in the market right now, I think that before the we got like 10 days before the inauguration. So I think we come down and sweep these lows before the inauguration and then work our way back up, inauguration time, and then we have liftoff, right? That's what I'm kind of looking at right now for Bitcoin. So yeah. All right, so PlayStation. What do we got here from Diesel Dog? He shares a link for Hara's latest AMA that he did. He says, "How we doing, Xers? What a great interview with Hara about JASMY and Junction. They're embedded in the future. This time will be amazing. This will be an amazing year. Sorry for JASMY holders. Please take the time to read the BitTrade article. Have an awesome day. Be good to all." So yes, I did do a breakdown of this interview the other day, day before yesterday, or yesterday, one of the two. But there was a key part I wanted to hone in on, and that is this part right here, guys. Now, there's a lot of controversy. Is PlayStation going to be a part of the ecosystem? Is it not? What's the deal here? So many people are saying yes. So many people are saying no. So let's have a look at it. Let's hear this right directly from Hara's mouth himself. So he's asked, could you give us an overview of your new project, Junction, and how it relates to JASMY? His answer, Junction is an incubation project that I founded with the aim of expanding the JASMY ecosystem. Sony tried to operate the PlayStation GPUs in a distributed manner around 2007 and perform computing such as genome analysis, but it effectively ended in failure, so PlayStation could not get it done. They tried to utilize the GPU processing power of the PlayStation 3s, but they couldn't figure it out. Sony, that is. We launched Junction to build infrastructure for new AI markets by restarting idle GPUs by utilizing JASMY's management resources. What sets it apart is a new consensus mechanism, proof of resource and proof of task, by connecting not only data centers, but also GPUs owned by individual consumers to the cloud, which is people like you and I who have PlayStations in our homes, right? We will promote new uses such as computing and approve new blockchain transactions based on them. By using Junction as a marketplace for GPU processing capabilities, users will be able to connect dormant PlayStations, there you have it, and other gaming devices. So not just dormant PlayStations, other gaming devices as well, probably desktops, things of that nature as well, right? Things with GPU power anyway. They will be able to connect to the network to earn rewards in what? In DD points, which you convert to what? JASMY coin. Under the new narrative of PlayStation as a mining machine, we are working every day to build the infrastructure for a new AI industry with AI and deep learning engineers, as well as teams from exchanges and major consulting firms. So PlayStation GPU processing power is a part of the plan moving forward, guys. There is no if anymore. This has been confirmed multiple times from Hara himself. And as always, I want to know what you guys think. Do you have a dormant PlayStation 3 that you want to connect and loan them your GPU processing power? And finally, guys, we have a phenomenal opportunity for you over on the Patreon. We are opening up what we call a group video chat every single evening. We open them up, and we have hundreds of people in our community, guys. You can jump over there. If you're ever feeling emotional or scared, or you've read something that's some FUD, or you saw some other YouTuber create some FUD video about your project, or they've given some lame ass price prediction and you're unsure about it, you can jump into our group video calls every single day. You can have your questions answered. You can see and hear everybody else. Nobody else is offering this level of access, guys. No other Discord, no other Patreon is granting this level of unprecedented access to not only myself, but to the entire community. You can also schedule one-on-one coaching AMAs with me personally as well. And we will help you design an exit strategy. If you've never been through a bull run before, guys, there is no shame in having your hand held by a community of people who've been through multiple altcoin seasons and can help you make sure you're putting in your sell orders in the right places, not leaving too early or holding on too long, so you can leave this altcoin season with life-changing wealth for you and your family. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it, and I will see you guys tomorrow.